And hello. How is everybody doing today? How is everybody doing tonight? It is time for Thursday night roundtable discussion. Running behind a little bit. I'm still dealing with the cough, and I hate that I'm dealing with the cough. So I am dealing with this cough. So y'all got to forgive me. Yes, nice speech. It was. It was a really, really good speech by the president. It really was. I saw the whole thing. I was trying to edit clips out, but one thing about it, when you're dealing with stuff like this, you have to hurry up, download it, get it downloaded, download it. And one of the things that came out, President Trump talked about hacking of the 2020 election. Now, nobody wants President Trump to talk about this, as in weak Republicans and Democrats. And Donald Trump is not going to stop talking about it, as he should. Now, some networks didn't, from what I heard, some networks did not cover this. And the FCC is looking to pull their license. Because if you're going to be on public broadcasting, you have to be fair. You really have to be fair. And if they're going to be discriminating against the president, if they're going to decide what the president can and what the president can and cannot talk about, then I'm sorry, they need to go. We should have been pulled these networks long time ago. And you got some people that like President Trump taking abuse. They're okay with it. And as a Republican, I'm going to tell you, I'm not one of those people that subscribe to Republicans are better than that mentality. No, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of Republicans being told we have to be better than that. We have to be better than that. And it's always Republicans have to be better than that. Republicans have to be better than that, but nobody says that to Democrats. Nobody tells Democrats, the Democrats have to be better than that. Democrats have to do better. Democrats need to make an example. When Democrats come after us, it's them defending democracy. It's them taking a stand. It's them pushing back against the radical Republicans. But for us Republicans, we need to move on. Republicans need to unify, and Democrats need to go on attack when it comes to the media and people. No. I'm not unifying with you. Remember when Joe Biden said this?
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies. MAGA Republicans look at America and see carnage and darkness and despair. They spread fear and lies. Lies told for profit and power.
You see that? That's what he said about us. And I'm sorry, I don't care what he says, how he said, but I'm sick and tired of the narrative that Republicans need to do better. I'm sick and tired of hearing how Republicans need to try. Republicans need to just move on. Try to lock Donald Trump up? Oh well, Republicans need to move on. We're hearing about how ICE is keeping people from their rights. We're hearing about ICE chasing people down. ICE going after people, but in 2021 to 2025, we had federal agents coming after people who participated in the January 6th mostly peaceful protests. You had the FBI and others investigating people who went to a town hall and said they didn't want transgender kids in their daughter's bathroom. They sat there and sicked the federal government on us, and they have a problem. This is why I cannot say it enough. I don't care what Democrats think. And if you go around caring what Democrats think, I don't know what to tell you. Then you got these people who like to write my page, black liberals. You ain't with the kin folk. You're right, I'm not with you. Excuse my term. I'm not with you niggas. Let me say that. I'm not with you niggas. I'm sick and tired of people writing my page talking about some Jamal. Hopefully you can wake the black community up. I'm not trying to wake them up, because if they ain't seeing it by now, they on their own. They on their own if they ain't seeing it by now. Who is this? They on their own if they ain't figuring it out by now. Every time you turn around, it's the same exact crap. Where is my home? Who is chat? Who is this chat boss? Who is this? Where's my moderators? Who is this? Every time you turn around, it's the same exact thing. And most likely, I'm getting the numbers in about roundtable. And most likely, I'm not going to do away with it. I'm just going to take some of the numbers down. Most likely, it may be 3 people to do round table because it's so much more easier. One of the producers and what I'm going to do. Hold on, somebody just wrote my page. Yes, this is it. Yes. Because sometimes I have to answer people back who like, hey, Jamal, is this really you? Because I have multiple pages. But I'm sorry. People just get sick and tired of it. People get sick and tired of Republicans bending over backwards for Democrats. Democrats are not our fellow Americans. And I'm going to tell you something. If you want to really be annoyed, deal with black liberals. Deal with black liberals. Black liberals are the most annoyingest, ignorantest, pathetic you can get. I'm sorry. I don't care who get offended. When I'm dealing with black liberals and I go on their panels and have discussions, you ought to see them. They want to talk over you. Hold on. They want to talk for 30 minutes and can't shut their mouth and let you talk for a minute. That's why when I have my show and people call in, I control it in a certain way. If you tell me you disagree with me about something, I'll let you talk. But you gonna talk for 2 minutes, and I'm gonna talk for 2 minutes. And you're not gonna interrupt me. Black folk can't do that. Black folk cannot stand there and listen to you tell them they're wrong, especially about something they're allegedly passionate about. Why don't you come on my program, man? Why don't you come on my program? No, you come on mine. See, when I tell people they're going to have to come on mine and their audience going to have to come over here, nobody shows up. Why? Because they can't be ignorant. That's why I distinctively said black liberals. You can go on any black conservative and you will hear an intelligent conversation. You're going back and forth in a debate. But not with black liberals, you ain't. You ain't hearing that with black liberals. It's going to be the most ignorant, dumbest stuff you can have. Well, Jamal, you shouldn't. You just pray for him. I ain't praying for him. No. I ain't going to even act like I'm going to pray. Yeah, rapper, you see it. Black ignorance, if you go deal with anybody, there are other people, black guys who make content. Angry Man, Tommy Sotomayor. They can't shut up. When they bring Tommy on the show, all they want to do is talk over Tommy. That's it. They want to constantly talk over Tommy. They don't want Tommy to talk. And it's just difficult. It is difficult. Now, let me go on and put the number up because y'all know the round table starts at 2,300. So I got to make sure I put the number up for the round table. Tonight's guest on the round table is Mrs. Ellen DeWitt. Tonight's round table discussion is Mrs. Ellen DeWitt from Facebook. Now, all I ask, if you cannot make it, please let me know ahead of time. If you cannot make the show, please, please, please let me know. Or if you don't want to do it, just say, Jamal, like Miss V-Long. I told y'all, I give Miss V-Long a lot of credit. Miss V-Long like, Jamal, this is not something I want to do. Now, no one should ever feel obligated to where if I ask you to do something or participate in a show and you're like, Jamal, I really don't want to do it. Don't ever feel that I would, hold up, something wrong. All right, that's Shayne. That's Shayne. There we go. Make sure everybody can see the host. All right, roundtable discussion is in effect. Yeah, it's another Viking. I did mountains because I did for Miss Ellen DeWitt. I put the mountains. Hopefully she like it. I could have switched and did something different, but that's I wanted to be able to do it. I hope she likes it. Miss Ellen DeWitt will be able to tell me. Now, my auntie, I did the night for you rapper. I did the castle. Shayne, I just had to have something with Alabama. I was going to have something with Alabama when it came to Shayne. Shayne wanted to have something with Alabama. Now I'm waiting for Miss Ellen DeWitt to call in because we still got a good show. We got to talk about the following. We have to talk about Jack Smith and what he pulled. Jack Smith was literally spying on senators and he lied about it. He needs to be locked up. He needs to be locked up. Jack Smith needs to be locked up. Now, If I don't know you and I notice you coming in doing a lot of commenting and commenting and commenting and commenting, I don't even know you. You just new up on my on the screen. Don't get offended if I time you out for 5 minutes because I don't know you. I don't know you. And I don't play that, oh man, I got hacked. That was somebody else that was talking. I don't play that crap. Play that game with somebody else. Okay? Let me mute everybody because I'm going to give everybody. Miss Ellen DeWitt, of course, she's the guest, so she always go. But tonight, like I said, it's going to be Shayne, Terry, Ellen DeWitt, and myself. And like I said, it's a bunch of subjects we got to talk about. Jack Smith. We got to talk about the Jack Smith. We got to talk about the war in Iran. A Marine. This is why I kind of wanted Mr. Stacey up here. Because you had a Marine that threatened the president of the United States of America. He threatened President Trump. And so we got to talk about that. We got to talk about ICE. And I am going to rumble tonight. I am going to rumble for a few minutes. I'll probably go to talk about some ignorant stuff I've seen, which I have. So now, to everyone, before I go any further, I would like to thank the following people. Hold on, everybody. You'll be coming in soon. I would like to thank Shayne Terry. I would like to thank Shayne Terry for his kindness and generosity and donation to the page through Super Chat. There you go, y'all. There goes Shayne Terry. Thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page. Now, tonight, I want to let you guys know. If you go right here and you go membership, you see that 99 cent? You see that 99 cent? At least that right there alone is easy. That's a quarter a week. If you got Android or Apple, you can just put $1.25 and get that. That's all that is $1. If you telling me you can't do that, look, stop wasting my time telling me how much you support. You don't. Now, I've been told by somebody, and they told me one time they don't believe in giving podcast money. They don't believe in it. They don't believe in supporting and buying membership. They believe it should be free. And when I told them, okay, that's fine. That's your choice. But when I removed them from being a moderator and access like that, they got upset. Oh, you about money. No. If you're telling me and at the time it was $2, you can't even do that, but you want to be the one talking the most. See, to me, if you come up here talking the most, you should be the one giving something. If every time we turn around, we look in the comment section, we see your name and comments, and you ain't got no badge or nothing helping out, no. That's unfair to the people who do help out. Because it's some people that help. It's some people who do $5 a week. There's some people who do $5 a month. And I treat them the same and give them the honor and respect that's due, like someone who do $100 a month or $50 a month. But you're not going to tell me and clog up the show for free. You're not going to do that. You get upset, get mad, it's your problem. But that's what we're going to do. Yeah, you know what? I did merch Democrat niece or Democrat redneck. I did merch and it went well. People don't remember. I had these yard signs. I still got a few more. But I used to have these right here. I used to sell these. I still got some left over. But these went real good. I did that. Right after the 2020 election, I did, I'm one of the 75 million who love Trump. Oh, yeah, I did that. But what happened was when I had my house fire, I lost all that. Because I had a house fire, Democrats need redneck. I lost in a house fire, I lost it, so I couldn't send stuff out. I used to have a P.O. box and everything where people used to send, like, every now and then people would send stuff. Like, somebody would send me a t-shirt or send me a hat. And it just won't, at the time, it's just, with the economy under Joe Biden, it wasn't adding up. If somebody send me a t-shirt or 25 in the mail, to keep a P.O. box here in Durham, in North Carolina, is $60 every 3 months. So that's why I did. Yeah, I had, oh my God, I had these right here. Black some. I used to have these stickers. Oh man, I used to have a bunch of stuff. But once again, I would like to thank Shayne Terry. I would like to thank Shayne Terry for his kindness and generosity and donation to the page. Shayne Terry, thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page.
I love you.
Then I would like to thank Neil Hillard. Neil Hillard, thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page through Cash App. Once again, thank you, Mr. Neil Hillard, for your kindness and generosity and your donation through Cash App.
I love you.
All right, it is time. Hold up. Something didn't go right. Let me get this title real quick. I got to load the picture for the title, the image. And there we go. All right, y'all. Now let's go to the phone lines and let's go on and introduce everybody. We're about to bring everybody in. And let's start off with Miss Ellen. Miss Ellen DeWitt, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. How are you
doing?
Can you hear me? Yes, ma'am. How are you doing tonight, Miss Ellen?
How's it going with you guys tonight?
Well, for me, I still got that annoying little itchy cough. But
yeah.
But I'm doing okay. How do you like the picture how do you like the picture?
I have Facebook. I have it turned off. I can't see it.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's fine.
If you saw it's the same picture that you saw that I did for that I said tonight's guest will be Miss Ellen. It's that picture that you saw with the round table, had all the different people. That's who it is.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And of course, it is the super producer, Mr. Shayne Terry. Mr. Shayne, how are we doing, Alabama Crimson Tide?
Pretty good, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Now,
you might want to thank J9000.
Do what?
You may want to thanks for J9000.
Oh, J9000, what I missed? Oh, okay. Whoa.
He
Okay.
gets your five subscriptions on.
He sure did. You know what? I really wish they would allow me to do over here on Rumble, like they do on YouTube, because I will have some memberships for $1 over on Rumble too. But everybody, y'all, we got to thank, hold on for 1 second, because I want to make sure I get him. I would like to thank Mr. J9000. Thank you for your blessing to the page through gift subscription. Mr. J9000. Thank you for your gift subscription through. Thank you for your blessing to the page through gift subscription. Let's see, a good song for J9000 I think he would like, of course, is our all-time favorite. Thank you, J9000. Thank you, J9000, for that blessing to the page. Rapper 10,000 got gifted a membership. Now, Rapper, you was gifted a membership on Rumble. Let's go on over there at YouTube and go and put our name there ourselves and what we can do and do the membership over there too. All right. How are we ready to go? Are we ready to go?
Yep.
Shayne, are we ready to go? Shayne, are we ready to go?
Oh, definitely.
All right, let's get started off with Jack Smith. We're going to get started off with Jack Smith because this right here is bad. Jack Smith was spying on Americans, the Congress, and they knew about it. Let me make sure I get the right video. Let me make sure I get it before I pull it up. All right, that's that. Hold on, because one thing about Fox News, they can't ever have it that's different. They got to make sure it all looks the same. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right, the video's playing.
Mr. Blanche, good to see you.
You too, Senator.
You're getting towards the end here. Are you still sure you want this job?
I do, Senator.
Good.
Thank
All right.
you.
Good. Well, that was a rhetorical question, but I'm glad the answer is yes. I want to start with Jack Smith and the latest revelations of his illegalities, which seem to have no end. I mean, listen, I've had my text messages, did have my text messages by him scooped up, read. Who knows what he did with them? I've had my cell phone monitored. He tracked my incoming calls, my outgoing calls. He tracked my metadata. He tracked my location. I mean, Lord knows what else. The part that really offends me, though, is that he didn't just do it to me and members of Congress. He did it to ordinary Americans. I've had Missourians come to me and say, I had FBI agents show up at my door, knock on my door and say, were you in Washington, D.C. in January of 2021? These are people who did nothing wrong. They weren't even here. They come to me and they said, what is going on? What am I going to do? I can't afford an attorney. What really gets me at the end of the day is he lies about it. I mean, he has lied and lied about it. And I want to just make good that claim. Here is a record. I'm going to read it to you. A record of Jack Smith's responses under oath now to members of Congress. He is asked, question, as it relates to members and their staffs and senators, it's just the toll records as far as you remember. Smith, that is my recollection. Question, did the records that you requested include the content of text messages? Smith, answer, no. Now, maybe there's some nuance I'm missing here, but it sounds a lot to me like this guy didn't tell the truth. Have you thought about investigating this guy for perjury?
We take testimony in front of this body very seriously, yes.
Good. Well, I think he absolutely should be investigated. I think he absolutely should be prosecuted, if at all possible. And based on his responses under oath, I think he should be. And I think it's time that we say that these people who did this, who engaged in this mass illegality, blatant violation of the separation of powers, blatant violation of the Constitution. We know what they did to President Trump. We know what they did to everyday innocent Americans. And that's before we even touch the issue of trying to recruit spies into Catholic parishes, sending members of the anti-terrorism division to go hound parents who went to school board meetings. It's unlike anything we've ever seen in American history. And my view is there needs to be accountability for it. I hope that you will investigate Jack Smith for perjury, and I hope that possibly you'll prosecute him.
Yes, Senator.
Let me switch gears and ask you.
Now, as y'all clearly see, Jack Smith was brought in to get Donald Trump. Let me say that again. Jack Smith was brought in to get Donald Trump. That's what he was brought in to do, everybody. If you didn't know, Jack Smith, if you don't remember, Jack Smith has been scolded before by the Supreme Court on his tactics. Jack Smith was brought in to get Donald Trump. Merrick Garland chose him because he knew how corrupt he was, and he knew the media in Washington, D.C. didn't care. The media in Washington, D.C. did not care about Jack Smith and his tactics. Just get Trump. And he failed. If it wasn't for Judge Cannon in Florida, Donald Trump would be convicted right now. I hand no hands about it. Donald Trump would be convicted right now if it wasn't for Judge Cannon standing up against and pushing back, because they got mad at that. The same thing they used to disqualify the Attorney General who brought charges against Letitia James and FBI Director Comey. Remember that judge said she shouldn't be up there? Well, that's what was said about the judge. The judge said about Jack Smith. That's why Democrats are mad, because they are used to taking the courts and they're used to politicizing them, and the Republicans just stand there and be better than that and observe and keep the Constitution and observe the institutions. Miss Ellen DeWitt, after hearing what it went on, what is your opinion on the whole Jack Smith? Because like I said, that his job was to get Donald Trump, and if it wasn't for Judge Cannon, he would have got him. What do you say?
Oh yeah, I think Jack Smith, he should serve some time for that, for sure. You know, his getting the, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, his, like you said, his job was to get Donald Trump, and
he failed miserably. Because Donald Trump is president. And remember, he also tried to release the his findings after they said no, it's over. President Trump got reelected. Dismissed. It's over. He tried to release the findings to sabotage President Trump's presidency. And the judge told him no. He was trying to get Donald Trump by any means. By any means. Yeah. Shayne, if you remember that, Shayne, right when President Trump won, Shayne, you remember Jack Smith was trying to get his investigation released to the public. No one went to court yet. No one had a chance to argue and debate, push back, but Jack Smith wanted to release his findings to America to sabotage President Trump's presidency. Do you believe, just like Miss Ellen DeWitt, that Jack Smith should be locked up for a long time?
He should be locked up. But I don't think the Democrats would do anything.
And I'm just going to be honest with the both of you. I don't think that the Democrats in D.C. will not convict a Democrat. The Democrats in D.C. will not will not convict a Democrat. They won't do it.
Yeah, I
So,
agree with that, definitely.
so do you think it's really worth the time to try to prosecute him because he lied in D.C.? Do you think it's worth the time to bring the charge up knowing the D.C. jury is going to let him go? What do you say, Miss DeWitt? Miss Ellen?
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that, but yeah, they're not going to, they wouldn't do anything to him. So it would be it probably would be a waste of time. I mean, it would be nice if the tables were turned and they actually would, you know, but we know the Democrats they'll stand up for each other knowing they're wrong and everything. So it would just be another crazy show, really. And they'd be blaming Donald Trump for all of it anyway.
What say you, Shayne? Shayne, do you think they should proceed with the convictions, or do you think it's just going to be a waste of time and they're going to throw out? What do you say, Shayne?
I believe it's going to be a waste of time myself, but it would be nice to see him locked up.
You know, it will feel nice to see Democrats locked up for what they do because Democrats have totally taken and ran with this protest stuff. They use protesting like a weapon, and they will attack and harm people during their protest. I don't know if y'all guys heard this. Please let me download this. Let me see if I got this. Is that 4 minutes? It could be there. There was. Oh God, please let me have it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I got this. Is it? Because what I am is a certain video I'm gonna play for y'all. And no, that's not it. Come on. I know I downloaded this. I know I did. I know I did. I know I did. Please tell me I didn't miss out. Because what we have is ICE, a Canadian citizen. It's about a Canadian citizen. Blah 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 blah. I know I downloaded it. I know I downloaded it. Okay, I'm gonna have to find it because this is really. Is this it? I'm gonna have to. One thing about I'm not gonna keep searching while I got y'all live, and be look. If I did, I'm gonna have to just go back and find it. But my question to you guys: if Donald Trump does not demand that he be prosecuted, and Republicans take him up on it, do you think this is a lose? Do you think this is bad for the administration?
It probably would be.
Well, I didn't hear what Shayne said.
Shayne said it probably will be. Shayne said, "Yeah, this will be."
Yeah, I think so. It's just that, that I don't know. It's just something, that they would just blame Trump anyway. I mean, even if whether he does the prosecution or not against him, it's no matter what Trump does, it's going to be turned around to be, something horrible. But I think, I don't know. I got to think about that a little more.
Because it's not a waste of time, as I say, a waste of money, because he's trusting the people in Washington, D.C., because they're our fellow Americans, quote unquote, and they're supposed to be fair and, bring the courts there. But also, you got to actually have some common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if common sense tells you these people will not convict a Democrat, I know some people don't want to hear that, but they, from what they shown, will not defeat a Democrat. Do y'all think it is a waste of money because they will not defeat a Democrat? They will not arrest a Democrat.
It'd be wasting money.
You think it'll be a waste of money?
Oh, yeah, well,
I sure will. I'm getting, when it comes to it, I just think that Republicans need to make sure when they go after Democrats, they go after them and they go after them to hit hard. They don't need to play around with it. They don't. Because at the end of the day, if they do, Republicans are going to get tired, and it is up to Republicans to make sure that they do what the people, Republican voters, want them to do. If the Republican voters want this person locked up, that person should be locked up.
right.
What say you, Shayne?
It would be nice to see it. I like half of them think of it. Myself, Pelosi being one of them.
Oh, I would love to see Nancy Pelosi locked up. The next on the list, the next item on the list is the war in Iran. Now, if the war in Iran, he is hitting them hard. He is really hitting them hard. And next week, President Trump is still trying to find a deal out of this. But people don't understand. You have the IRC who are running who are really running the country. And then you have the politicians who are keeping up the facade. I honestly don't think that the Ayatollahs running it. I really think they are really up under a military dictatorship. I believe it's the general of the IRC is running that country, and they just got the Ayatollah as a figurehead. What say you, Miss Ellen?
Well, sorry, I dropped my phone.
Okay, that's okay.
The war, I think it should. I believe Trump, is doing the right thing with it. But I didn't hear what you said about my phone keeps cutting out at different times. And you said, what were you saying about the who's running the war? Is that what you said? Something
yes,
like that?
I said it is the person who is running Iran is not the Ayatollah. I believe 100% is the IRGC. That's who I believe is running it. Because every time they try to make something forward, it pushes back. And it's like they're making these things, these promises. They're making them, but it's the IRGC that's still firing. They're firing.
Right.
So to me, they're the politicians may want it, but the IRGC don't want it.
Yeah.
What say you, Shayne? Shayne? Oh.
I wish they would just bomb the whole country and make it so the glass puff a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't want to see food over here. Send over about 1,000 rednecks, or they'll get it all done.
They have to, because if you look at what's going on, it's to the point now that where these people get to do what they the IRGC is doing. The IRGC is running it. They are.
Mm-hmm.
They're running it. But let's go on and watch some clips real quick, y'all, of the attack. And I found the video I was looking at. Let me go on and share this. All right, I'm gonna put y'all on a real quick mute so that way people can see what's going on with the war. And we're hitting them hard with everything. Donald Trump is not playing. He is determined to turn them. Well, he determined. He said to the Stone Age, it kind of looked like he's doing his best. There's the video right there I was looking for. All right.
It's the US and the Middle East, which leads things off this AM because the United States has launched a new wave of attacks on Iran as Tehran warns of severe retaliation if America steps up its strikes again. Let's go to our Washington correspondent, Jonathan Kersley, for the latest at the White House. Jono, the Trump administration still adamant Iran wants a deal.
They're adamant Iran still wants a deal and that Iran wants to talk. We heard that from Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, back today for her first press briefing since returning from maternity leave. On the same day, the United States launches the 6th consecutive day of strikes against Iran. US Central Command saying it wanted to degrade its military. There had been more strikes, obviously, yesterday. And then over the course of the last couple of hours, well, US Central Command once again confirming that they are going after Iranian military sites inside Iran. At the same time, Tehran has been issuing warnings of its own through military officials, suggesting that if President Trump carries through on his threats to strike infrastructure, including bridges and energy plants, well, there would be a significant response from Iran. Unsurprisingly, the White House is standing by its actions at the moment. President Trump reportedly also continues to be briefed on further military options that he has up his sleeve and could launch in the matter of, well, just a matter of days or so. He had said yesterday, essentially, this all came down to Iran. Do they actually want to try and get back to the negotiating table and make a deal or not? What President Trump is trying to do here is force Iran's hand. Let's hear from Caroline Leavitt, who spoke here at the White House earlier today, and then from an Iranian official.
Iran very much continues to talk to the United States of America and express that they want to make a deal with us because they are suffering devastating blows. The reason for the recent strikes over the course of the last several days is because Iran violated the memorandum of understanding that we struck with them.
If the recent threats by the empty-headed President of the United States to target the infrastructure of the Islamic Republic of Iran are carried out by that country's invading military, then everything that has so far remained intact due to Iran's restraint, namely all infrastructure across the region, will be smashed by
Are you serious?
Iron blows of the powerful armed forces of the IRGC, leaving no trace behind.
Still on President Trump, Jono, he's got a key speech where he'll be addressing the nation in a couple of hours' time. It is largely going to be about election integrity, though, so a little bit of a pivot away from what's going on in Iran. What's he likely to be referring to here in this speech today?
We already know he's going to be referring back to election integrity issues from 20.
And that's just one of the videos. And, of course, like I said, I'm sticking to what we're talking about right now is the war. And here is Jesse Waters, of course, doing an awesome job describing what's going on.
Fox News alert, it's infrastructure week in Iran. Their coastline's getting hammered. We're cutting off power and took out some major bridges, snapping their supply lines in half. Iranian state media is reporting their key railway station's a fireball. That station handles over 100 million tons of cargo a year from the Strait. It also sends oil to China. Now, that's not all. Last night, we took out command centers, air defenses, missile and drone sites, and coastal surveillance facilities all up and down the enemy coastline, and even hit targets deep inside near their capital. The blockade's holding strong. Today, Marines boarded a vessel, MT Wen Yao, in the Gulf of Oman to ensure compliance. Since the wall went back up, one blockade runner was disabled with a Hellfire missile. 3 turned around. This phase of the operation all comes down to controlling the strait. Iran's calling it their invincible red line. Now, it's our red line, too.
We're hitting them very, very hard. We're hitting every single thing that they have along the shore, along the waterfront. You know, if you look at the Strait of Hormuz, it's now, we're finding it hard to find where they have anything. We have to stop it. We have to keep it open.
Heavy airstrikes are pushing the enemy back so they can't send drones into the Gulf. But this may require a ground assault to secure strategic islands. Axios reporting that the president was briefed again on options for Karg Island.
It's like sometimes you need a ground campaign, but we have other people that will do the ground campaign for us. But we already hit Karg Island, as you know, twice, even 3 times. I said hit everything but the oil. Just leave that little area from 25 yards out. Leave that little area. Don't touch the oil, because I don't want that in terms of the world economy. It's a chunk of the world economy. So we haven't hit that. At some point we could, but I think it's unlikely. As far as taking it is concerned, if we degrade them far enough and deep enough back, I would do that.
So now it's a pain game. Now, they're only concerned with regime survival. Their calculation is if they can't control the strait, they can't survive. So this is a key moment. Now, the more Trump escalates, Iran's going to unleash whatever they have left at the Gulf states' oil infrastructure, maybe get the Houthis involved, put the Red Sea in play, and make economic pain sting. But the commander-in-chief knows he has to finish the job. That could mean knocking the whole country's lights out, or another round of decapitation strikes. Iran's already failed the test. We gave peace a chance. The president now seems very determined to expand the war and end it on his terms.
Do you think President Trump is going to continue until this is over? Do you think they're going to try to do another ceasefire, Miss Ellen? Do you think Iran going to try to do another ceasefire to save their equipment that the president is hitting?
Well, I hope the president just keeps on going, but I'm sure they're going to try to do another ceasefire. But it's just them. Like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like buying time, to keep doing the stuff they're doing. Oh,
absolutely. Absolutely. I believe they're trying to buy time. I believe that 100%. They are trying to buy time. Because what they want is the Democrat Party to bail them out in America. They want the Democrat Party and gas prices. They know that when gas prices shoot up, President Trump has to do something. It's usually let them live. And that's what honestly, I do believe they push President Trump into a corner, because you got so many people, which rightfully so, because the gas prices do hurt, Miss Ellen. And I'm going to be one of those people who's going to say, yes, I complained about the gas prices during Joe Biden presidency. Yes, I did. And were they hurting me then? Yes. Did things get as high as it did under Joe Biden? No. But still, things hurt under President Trump. Now, did I want him to cut a bad deal? No. Do I got money where I can be like, I don't care about gas? No, I don't have that. But I don't want him to cut a bad deal. And it looks like people would rather Iran be a troublemaker than pay high gas prices. Shayne, when you, during the Joe Biden years, and you had, because you are someone who is a private business, you do your own private business, and one of the things you do with delivery and transportation, you have to buy gas. And yes, gas was expensive when the major conflict. But was gas more expensive under Joe Biden in the Ukraine than it was now?
Oh, definitely.
So
it was much higher under Biden than it is Trump. But yesterday, gas here was $3.28. Now it's up to $3. Today it's up to $3.59.
And to me, that's something that. Say that again.
Today I went down to my hometown in Alabama to DoorDash, and it was $3.49 there. Which I picked up some gas while I was there before I came home.
See, that's the problem. How in the world can you have gas higher the next day and you didn't get new gas? Now, I understand if you say, hey, I got a new trailer in, this new trailer, the gas are more expensive. But if you haven't even bought any more new gas, how in the world are you charging Americans 25, 50 cents more per gallon and it's still the same gas that was in the ground? That's price gouging. What say you, Shayne?
Oh, definitely. Cause like when the gas does come down, it comes down slowly because they're trying to collect money out the higher dollar gas, but they don't do the same when it goes up. And that's what cracks me up. I don't see how they can do that.
Shayne,
you say it's price gouging.
To me, that, excuse me, y'all, because I still got that annoying call. Please forgive me. I still have that annoying call. But to me, Shayne, that is 100% price gouging. That is 100% price gouging. Because how in the world can you sit here and then say, oh, we got prices are high, the gas, the money for a barrel of gas is now $65 when yesterday it was $70. How can you raise the prices on your gas and you haven't even restocked? So to me, that's you jumping ahead, getting more money, and that is something that should be done. And to me, the president shouldn't have to investigate it. That's something that Congress can write a law. Gas prices cannot raise. You cannot raise the prices on your gasoline unless you restock. If you restock on your gas, then yes. But if you haven't had a new truck, and I ain't talking about a truck that's going to put 5-10 gallons in it. I'm talking about if the gas in the ground cannot be raised. Only gas that has been brought in newly. And if people suspect you of price gouging, there needs to be a way to watch it. Because I'm not a liberal, but daggone, just because we believe in capitalism, we should not be screwed over. What say you, Miss Ellen?
Oh, I absolutely agree with that, 100%. The gas gouging, it's, here in St. Louis, it's the same. Like Shayne was saying, the gasoline went up. Ours did that too. It went from $3.49 a gallon, and today it's $3.69 a gallon. But they did that after 9/11 too.
Yes, I remember that.
And that's kind of, I think, well, I don't know, it may have been like that in previous years, but I think ever since 9/11, the gas station, or the owners of the they get that gas, and the gas stations that raise their prices. That was almost like 9/11 was kind of their foot in the door, so to speak. But I agree that it should be illegal for them to do that. And I guess it is illegal, but there's really, I don't know how it can be regulated.
Well, you can have it under the Better Business Bureau, for where you write a law that you cannot raise the gas prices on gas inside that you already have. So in other words, if I had my gas station and I saw right now my gas is at $3.25. I hear that oil barrels have risen to $89. I come in tomorrow morning, I change the sign from $3.25, I put $3.55. No, that's not right, because I did not buy any gas, and all I'm doing is taking advantage. Now, if I want people to buy the gas, and then, hey, I got cheap gas for right now, come get it, because I got it in the ground. Those things will also bring, and to me, if they were to wait until their gas run out, that's going to bring people to their store to buy other products, because people are going to be looking for cheaper gas. And if you know, Miss Ellen, that Shayne's gas station, which is a mile and a half up the road from Jamal's gas station, guess what? His gas, because he got so much of abundance of it, and mine's done went up to $3.89. Shayne got gas for $3.25. Who you gonna go to?
Exactly right. Yeah, definitely the lower one.
And if you need to get you a drink or two, and buy some, what are you gonna do? What are you going? And if you need a soda or a drink, not only have you bought the gas, now you buying drinks. If I'm selling T-shirts or hats, like a lot of country stores around here in North Carolina, they may sell peanuts and brittle. You go wear a T-shirt, you may get a hat. You may see something else you like and buy and spend more money. So it's a win-win to keep gas prices low instead of raising it up, trying to be equal, because you're going to bring clientele in that's looking for cheaper gas.
Right.
Shayne, you said you do DoorDash. Okay, Shayne, if you know you do DoorDash and you got someone up the street that's paying $3.89, but then you got Miss Ellen's store, she charging $3.29. Who you gonna go to, Miss Ellen for $3.29 or Jamal for $3.89?
I'm going to Miss Ellen's store.
And if it's hot and you need something, aren't you gonna still? Even though if I may have Pepsi Colas 2 for $5, if Miss Ellen got Pepsi Colas 2 for $5. And some chips, you may end up buying chips, sodas, which is going to increase her revenue. Now, this is what I wanted to play for you guys earlier, because like I said, we're still talking now when it comes to war and the gas prices. Do you think, before we go, do you think right now President Trump should seek to make a deal with Iran, or do you think he should just go on and destroy them and get it out of the way? Which do you think? Starting with you, Shayne. Do you think we should look for an alternative and get off, or do what we got to do and finish it?
Do what we got to do and finish it.
What say you, Miss Ellen?
I say amen, brother. I think it's time to put an end to it.
All right. Now, real quick, we got to just discuss this real quick. You had a grown woman slap a teenager because she was wearing a Trump t-shirt. Once again, these liberals are going around assaulting children because they don't like what they're wearing. This is a Canadian citizen. She walks up to a little girl and assaults her. To me, where are the parents? Where are the parents? Because if you walk up on my child, I don't care if you is a female, and put your hand on my child, oh, I'm going to jail. I'm going to stomp my feet in the mud of Mississippi. I'm going to beat the living. Ooh, You know what I'm saying. There is no way you gonna walk up on my child and put your hands on my child because you don't like she support Trump. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care if it's an Obama supporter. If you support Obama and somebody come put their hands on your child, I don't like Obama. He was a socialist terrorist. You daggone right you whoop that person hind paw who touched your child. Who got a if somebody is an Obama supporter and their child has a Obama t-shirt on and you go put your hands on that man child or that woman child, she should whoop your hind paw. Same thing with a Trump supporter. These liberal activists are really out of control because they know if you do something to them, people always, look, why you do it? Just press charges. I am going to press charges. Press charges. Look at that. Oh yeah, she get her swooped. Hands down. Putting your hands on my child? Oh, I'm going back to prison. It's gone. Go and get my white boxers and white t-shirts. And you about to get your hind paw whooped.
After police say a woman slapped a teenage girl for wearing Trump and ICE gear on the boardwalk. The suspect is a Canadian national who overstayed her visa by nearly a year and is now in ICE custody at Newark's Delaney Hall. Police say that 33-year-old Caitlin Tracy recorded herself striking the teenager twice with an open hand during a confrontation on the Point Pleasant Beach boardwalk, all because of her patriotic colored sweatpants with political wording. Tracy was arrested and charged with simple assault, neglect of a child, compounding crime, and harassing communication. DHS says that she entered the U.S. in 2024 under the Biden administration. No shock there. And has since overstayed it. She has been transferred into ICE custody while immigration proceedings move forward. Rosanna, I was struck by a video from someone purporting to be her husband. Fox News Digital reported on it, but it was not independently verified, who was tearful, saying, I need help. I don't know what to do. I need an immigration lawyer. I mean, maybe you don't record yourself committing a crime.
Well, obviously she felt empowered to do something like that. I don't understand it. Whether you support President Trump or you don't go and attack somebody because of the political messaging that they have on their clothing. I'll never forget when my son was in college, the first time around President Trump was running for president of the United States. He wore a MAGA hat into his first day of college classes, and the professor told him, go back out, take the hat off, and come back in again. And he did, because it was the first day of classes. He was like, okay, he came home, though. He was incensed. But there are certain people who feel empowered that they can tell you what to wear. This is a grown adult hitting a child over political messaging. What did they not learn that you keep your hands to yourself when you're a child? And now as an adult, you think that it's okay to do that?
Yeah, Kaylee, there is some irony. She's at Delaney Hall. I mean, maybe the Democrats will go visit her.
Well, this is the thing. It's actually the system working as it's supposed to. This woman was arrested for assault by local law enforcement, who then realized that she had overstayed her visa and was in the country illegally. So they contacted federal immigration authorities, who are now processing her to deport her. If this had happened in New York City, if she
You changing diapers?
had slapped a teenager up here, guess what? She would be back on the streets to assault another child, because here, Zohran Mamdani and the other local Democrats and local state officials, for that matter, refuse to cooperate with federal immigration authorities on this issue. And they do the same for legal residents and for citizens as well. If you commit a crime in the city, you can basically be guaranteed to be back out on the street as long as you're a part of their ideal niche activist groups. So I'm glad to see that, at least in this case, New Jersey officials did the right thing and are processing her for deportation.
Laura, the degree of hubris it takes to know you're in the country illegally, attack children and film yourself. I mean, that really is a special level.
It's another level. But I think kind of to Rosanna's point, it kind of feels like we've allowed this behavior, that this has been championed behavior by a lot of folks on the left, unfortunately. I would say I hope she's deported back to Canada. But before she's deported, I hope she spends time locked up somewhere, really thinking about what she did here, because it feels like the left can do things like riot, burn down police precincts, attack and, threaten law enforcement. And yet whenever a kid is wearing patriotic pants, that is a problem for these people. It is totally outrageous. Now, I don't know, maybe the Canadians don't even want her back at this point. I don't know if they want to take her.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And Marcus, I mean, I just think you're out enjoying the 4th of July. And you just want to, you trigger and you target a child?
I think the issue's bigger than this. I think that politics have now become certain people's religions. And opposed to being rooted in your faith and loving God and loving other people, and if they're wearing a Tampa Bay Buccaneers shirt while they're in Miami, it shouldn't matter. If they were wearing a Biden shirt, I wouldn't care. We need to learn how to respect each other again, respect opinions. We can disagree about things. But when religion leaves the room and politics and ideologies are replaced, that, for me, is where the problem is.
That's such a great point, Kaylee. And some of those on the left, they make that their identity. For me, I see a Biden sign, I see something, whatever, Kamala Harris, I just go about my day. I'm like, oh, that person thinks
we judge you and we think you're probably crazy.
Yeah.
But we don't attack you like that.
Totally.
Well, it will.
No, you need to whoop somebody. That's what you need to do. See, the problem is Republicans ain't whooping nobody hindpaw. That's the problem. Right then and right there, she need her hindpaw whooped. The reason why she get to do it because she don't fear pushback. You gonna call the police when? I'm slapping you right in your mouth. Jamal, you will hit a woman? Touch my daughter you want to. Put your hands on my daughter you want to. I'll stomp you in the ground like you ain't nothing. Put your hands on my child. I ain't trying to find my wife to fight you. I'm gonna fight you. And if I don't slice your face wide open, I don't care. $150 for real. You getting that? You getting $150. Touch my child. Touch my child. You getting $150 for real. No, you are not putting your hands on my child. Miss Ellen, what do you have to say about that? If your child was walking and some adult came up behind her and slapped her because she didn't like what she had on the shirt, what you gonna do?
Woo! I would be all over her. I mean, how dare these people that feel so entitled, and like you said, she nothing. She figured nothing's going to happen to her, so she could do this. But if that would have been my kid, one of my kids, oh my gosh, I probably would have gone to jail myself.
Oh, I'm not playing that. I'm not playing. And to me, Republicans have allowed Democrats to get away with it, and we keep telling each other we're better than that. We shouldn't stoop to that level, and this is what they keep doing, and Democrats are expecting to get away with it. Shayne, you see this, and you seeing what's going on. Shayne, you see this woman was comfortable beating up a little girl. What say you, Shayne?
Instead of my kid, I'll be like a rock and lay it and smack it down on her candy ours.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to jail. I'm telling you right now, I am going to jail. I'm not playing that. Put your hands on my child. See, that's the problem. People have told Democrats that it's okay that they do an assault and act that way. You touch my child, you ain't got to worry. about the police and how much time. I'm going to stomp you in the ground. I'm going to be an old-fashioned stomping. Simple and plain. Yep. I'm doing an old-fashioned stomping, and you can truly bet you ain't going to be getting up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. This is too much. And I'm going to tell you, black folk know not to cross that line with other black folk. Because they know what'll happen. So they know, excuse my term, oh, he got some nigga in him. You cross that line with him, the nigga gonna come out. I'm telling to quote Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks. Is he black? He got a nigga in him somewhere. And I'm telling you, you touch my child, I got a nigga in me somewhere. Yeah, we gonna have it out. Daggone bud, that daggone think he flying in my way, trying that best. But yeah, I'm sorry. And this guy, this is her. I guess this is her husband, and he's and they say this is her husband. This is the video they was talking about. So, I guess he upset. Bruh, if your wife is talking about going assaulting a child, first thing you need to say, hey, you need to chill. Alright? Because I ain't sure cause you touch a child, somebody is gonna sit here and gonna whoop both our hindparts. I want you to listen to this man.
I don't know what to do. I don't have any money. I'm so broke. But I gotta figure something out. I gotta save her. I need help. I need you to figure out. I don't know. This just happened. I need help. I need my wife. I don't want her to get hurt. I don't want to see her get. I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do? You can act like a man! Maybe this crybaby needs to be slapped by Don Corleone after his Canadian wife allegedly slapped an American teenager for being a Trump supporter. 33-year-old Canadian woman Caitlin Tracy was arrested after surveillance video on the Point Pleasant, New Jersey boardwalk. They helped her identify her. The cops say she fled the scene after she allegedly walked up to a group of teenage girls and slapped one of them for wearing sweats with the words Trump and ICE written on them. Police charged the woman, who, according to court papers, is a Canadian citizen A who entered the U.S. with a passport in 2024 with endangering the welfare of a child, simple assault, harassment, and obstruction AOSR. She was brought to the Ocean County Jail, but her husband claims she was turned over to ICE at the now infamous Delaney.
I'm going to say this real quick. I'm surprised she didn't get a felony for that. Because if you put your hands on somebody's child and you slap somebody's child putting your hands on them, to me, New Jersey gave her that woman a break. Because think about it. She assaulted a child, put her hands on a child. Shouldn't she not be charged with a felony? What say you, Miss Ellen? Is there a felony in your state?
In Missouri, she should be charged with a felony. I think in Missouri, it is a felony to, assault a child. I don't know if they all get prosecuted the way they need to be, but that woman, definitely, she should be. Well, first of all, I know she's in ICE custody, but her butt needs to go back to Canada for one thing. And I have to say, I'm surprised that she doesn't have blue hair.
I think in the pictures, it was kind of colored, but I'm sorry. That should be a felony. You put your hands on somebody's child, should be a felony. Shayne, what do you say, Shayne? Before I switch subjects, I'm gonna go and let you close this one out on this subject. I thought you assault somebody's child, especially you an adult, slapping and hitting on a child, that should have been a felony. Do you think them little girls made the mistake not jumping on her, whooping her hind part?
At first, she should be charged with a felony on a hitting a minor like that. It's been funny to see them teenagers jump her and beat her down. But that's pretty much all I got to say.
All right, well, y'all, the last video for the round table is a Marine. This is why I wanted Stacey to see this, but right here is a Marine, and he is threatening to kill the president. He's running for office in Florida, and this is what I mean by people being reckless with their mouth. This woman walks up, this guy who is supposed to be a Marine is threatening to harm the president. To me, and he's a lieutenant. Looking at the bar, he looked like a first lieutenant for the Army. I think the Marine rank is backwards than ours. I think their gold bar is a first and their silver is a second lieutenant. I don't know. That's I forget. I'll look it up. But this guy's an officer, and he said this.
For God and country. This is the motto of my campaign. I decided to run for office to fix our broken political system, to restore bipartisanship, return power to the working class, and to end our system of Washington insiders, extremism, and excuses from our current members of Congress. I've reached a turning point in my campaign. Why? I've come to the realization that our country is broken. We are led by a president who's the enemy of God, and President Trump will never bring us together like God intended. Democrats are wrong because they are wrong on the common sense issues. Enforcement of our criminal laws, border security, national security, and social issues that are 80-20. Republicans are wrong because they never address the racism and discrimination that has persisted in our country for generations. Is our country salvageable? Maybe it is. Our founding fathers intended us to be the freest country on this planet, and that's what we became. But in doing so, we became the most selfish. We turned away from God. We turned away from love and kindness, and we turned away from putting others first. I served in the United States Marine Corps. I swore an oath when I commissioned. I, William Upham, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, so help me God. I joined the United States Marine Corps to defend our country against all enemies, including the enemies here at home. This principle of defending others, especially the innocent and the vulnerable, is seen in the Bible in many passages.
Now, I want y'all taking notice. This guy is in command. He's an officer. Whoa, hold up. J9000, he's no longer an officer. He was medical discharge. I seen that in one post. Okay, let me look that up, J9. Okay.
In Esther chapter 8, verse 11, the prime minister of Persia authorized the right for Jews to defend themselves and women and children from armed attackers. In Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 13, builders armed themselves and were stationed for self-defense purposes, with Nehemiah stating, "Fight for your brothers, your sons, and your daughters." This biblical principle can be summarized in the following. God values life, and although self-defense is not explicitly endorsed, it is implied through these passages, and it should be used to protect the innocent and the vulnerable. Violence should never be used for evil purposes, such as vengeance or plunder. This is a message to all of God's children in our country. We must defend ourselves against all enemies. We are at war with evil. This is a war between God and the Antichrist. There is no doubt in my mind that the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, is the Antichrist. He is a false Messiah, and he is your enemy, and he must be killed. Why do I believe this? President Trump posted an AI-generated image of him in the likeness of Jesus Christ. He has also criticized the Pope. He is nothing like Jesus Christ. In Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 through 12, Apostle Paul describes the man of lawlessness, otherwise known as the Antichrist, as someone who opposes God, worships himself, and claims to be God.
You mean like Barack Obama? That's what you mean? Like Barack Obama? Now, I'm trying to find, but they said this guy is, he was medically discharged. Medical discharge or not, he's wearing his uniform. Do you think being he put back on that uniform and a commissioned officer, do you think he should be prosecuted, Miss Ellen?
Oh, yes. I mean, first of all, it's scary to have, somebody who has served the country, or, a Marine, talking that way, and just saying it's, time to get rid of him, kill him. But yeah, he should be prosecuted to the fullest.
Shayne, what say you?
He should be court-martialed and then dishonorable discharge and sent to Gitmo. What I think.
Okay. He should. Well, no. They said that he was on medical leave. No, he was drummed out. Hold on. Marine who posted video running for office was medically discharged. Let's see. Yep. Former Marine officer and congressional candidate William Uppen was medically discharged in May 2025. He was recently arrested by the Department of Justice and charged with threatening to kill the president in a series of viral social media videos. Yep, he locked up. They charged his butt. Yep. Hold up, let me show y'all. He's going to jail. And he in Florida. he going to jail. He ain't in New York. He ain't in Illinois. He's not in California. He in Florida. Florida. So, everyone, I'm going to let, it is now 12:17. We had an awesome show, and I kind of like doing this format. I think, hey, Shayne, I think from now on, so that way it'll be fair to you, so you won't have to do it all the time. Shayne, what do you think about the format? One producer and a guest, and we do it like this. Do you think this is okay? What did y'all think of tonight's round table? Did y'all like the setup, or would y'all rather still have 5? What you think, Shayne?
I liked it.
It's interesting doing it this way. You gave Rapper 10,000 a break tonight.
Yeah. And you know, my auntie, she's still recovering. And you know what? It gives my auntie and others a chance. It gives my auntie and stuff like you, Stacey. Y'all don't feel. I kind of feel sometimes maybe with this round table, maybe I did kind of ask too much, Shayne. And I'm really thinking, I'm like, well, maybe I did ask for too much. Maybe if I did it like next week, I may say, hey, auntie, can you do next week? And it'll be her, me, and another guest. And we'll do the round table discussion like that. Because, yeah, I wanted to do 5 people. And, you know, but it's unfair to you guys. And one thing about it, you know, we test the waters and see how it is. Oh, if y'all are on Rumble, please hit that like button. If you are on Rumble, please hit the like button right now. We have 16 people who have liked the show so far on Rumble. If you check it out, remember, we are going to Rumble tonight. Excuse me. If you see, we have 16 people liking here. YouTube is real good. Look at that. YouTube have right now, YouTube is sitting at 23 people. That's awesome. That's awesome. Facebook has 24 people. That's good. Rumble, you guys need to go on and catch it up if you can. Go on and, I got 16. So 17 right now. So we can get about 4 more people that before the night's out, that will be good. So as I go and switch off, Miss Ellen, we're going to let you go first, Miss Ellen DeWitt. How did you enjoy the night? I think you was an awesome guest, Miss Ellen. I think you did good. You have any things to say before you leave, Miss Ellen?
Well, I truly enjoyed being part of this. And, you know, I don't get to watch the news a whole lot, so I come to, I get a lot of the information from your show, and I appreciate it, but I really enjoyed this, and I thank you for the opportunity to come on here.
Well, Miss Ellen, I can thank you, one, because you are a major contributor to the show. You contribute not only just through time, you contribute through financial as well. So I think this, I also want a way of thanking people too. And I want to start thanking people more. And I got to figure out who would it be next week from YouTube, because I am thinking of getting somebody from YouTube. I'm looking at YouTube right now. And I'm looking to see who can I get from YouTube. I'm thinking of I'll look and see from YouTube and see if anybody I can, because I want to thank people. I want to thank people for what they do. And that's why I bring them up here. And of course, Rumble. Oh my God. I think we have not invited J9000. Did J9000 say he would do it, Shayne?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I think he's still on there if you want that. So.
Hey, J9000, do you mind coming up here? Because I know Uncle Rostas, he rocked it. That was good. Uncle Rostas, Miss Joy, Dr. Tammy, they rocked it. Dr. Tammy rocked it. Miss Joy R rocked it. And Uncle Rostas rocked it. So, of course, I hope we'll get some few more people that they're willing to come up here. But, Miss Ellen, thank you for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And I'll be heading over to Rumble.
All right. God bless you, Miss Ellen.
Thank you.
All right, Shayne, take us out of here. Shayne, what you think? Like I said, Shayne, do you think, I'm asking Shayne, do you think sometimes maybe I am putting too much on people when it comes to the round table? Because you know for a fact, Mr. Stacey, he has his pool tournaments, and I don't want to put too much on him because when he comes up, you know Mr. Stacey makes sure everything goes proper, everybody, no trolls. So you think maybe I am kind of asking, I'm kind of pushing a little too much. What you think, Shayne? Do you think I should have the producers, different ones come on different weeks? Do you think that'll be good?
It'll be nice to try it out if you want to. That'll be fine with me.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll put that in the comments section and talk about it tonight. Because, like I said, my auntie, she's sick. And, I'm so glad she is recovering, and that's a blessing. But Shayne, thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you again.
You're welcome, brother.
All right, y'all, and that right there is the end of the show for YouTube, Facebook. Please go over to Rumble because I got a bunch of videos that it's like really, and y'all see. It is time once again to do it's them niggas again. It's them niggas again. It's them niggas again. So we got to do that too. All right, everyone. Of course, we're going to get ready to pray. And you know what? I'm going to put her back on the list. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I want to make sure she's there because she's doing pretty good. She's healing. Gotcha. Dang, blasted. Hey, where is my fly swatter? I think my daughter's got my fly swatter. I think they trying to zap something. I think my daughter's got my fly swatter. She'll go wake them up. All right. Dems need a redneck. All right, he is over here now. Please make sure you hit that like button coming in. Please make sure you hit that like button coming in. All right. Heavenly Father, we come unto you to pray. First and foremost, Lord Jesus, before I can pray for anyone, I must first ask for forgiveness of my sin and iniquity. I must first ask for forgiveness of my sin and iniquity. Lord Jesus, I know I came up short today, and I want to thank you for allowing me a second chance. Lord, please continue to touch my auntie. Please continue to touch Miss Yvette Roman Spillman. Touch her body and heal her, Lord. Continue to heal her more and more, giving her more strength. And when she regain all her strength, Lord Jesus, when she regains all her strength, let her calm down. Let her be relaxed. Let her not carry heavy burdens. Let her realize how important her health is and her time. For the husband that's watching me right now, I pray for the safety, security of his wife and children. For the wife that's watching me right now, I pray for the safety and security of her husband and children. And for the grandparents that's watching me right now, I pray for the safety and security of their grandchildren and children. I pray right now for my own wife and children. Keep them safe as we travel up down these dangerous highways and byways. Protect my children. Keep them safe. While they sleep, give them blessed dreams. Lord Jesus, I pray for all the grandparents, husbands and wives watching me. I pray for my own wife and children. I pray that you protect my wife as she travels down these dangerous highways and byways. I pray that you protect my children as they travel up and down these dangerous highways and byways with their grandparents. I pray that you protect me. Protect me in this heat. Keep me the energy to keep going. Lord Jesus, I pray right now for all law enforcement. Protect our law enforcement. Protect our military. All our boys and girls in the military and their families on bases across the seas. And I pray right now for our first responders. I pray for our farmers, hog farmers, chicken farmers, produce farmers, dairy farmers, and cattle ranchers, fishermen on the high seas. I pray for those in nursing home, hospitals, and hospice. And I pray for the staff of the nursing home, hospitals, and hospice. I pray right now for those who do transportation, DoorDash, trucking. And we pray right now, Lord, for those who do deliveries, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Amazon, Gogu. Those who do the post office, FedEx. We pray right now, Lord Jesus, for those who are in transportation, Uber and Lyft, and we pray for those train conductors and truck drivers. For it is the precious name of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. If you're truly God Almighty, I give thanks. Now let everyone say, all right, everyone, it is time to go over to Rumble. It is time to go over to Rumble. If you are watching the other channels, please, please, please go on to Rumble. Please get over. Yes, ESD, which is Miss Elaine, Ellen DeWitt. I thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you, Miss Ellen. It was an awesome time. It was an awesome time. So far, all the greats have been up here. Shayne, Rapper 10,000. We need to get Jay. Okay, Jay 9000 says, I'll think about it. Okay, like I said, Jay, I was thinking about Uber and Lyft. They need to stop these illegals from driving for them. You know what? Hopefully that's what President Trump see, that's what's going on. We make incentives for people to come here illegally, and we give incentives for people to stay here illegally. When people are here illegally, they stay. They stay, and they continue to cause trouble. But for everyone else, let's go on head over to Rumble. Let's go on head over to Rumble. I will see you at Rumble. Thank you all for coming out. Where's that beautiful picture I had? I gotta put that beautiful picture. Gotta put that beautiful picture up here because that's gonna be the closeout picture. Because I want that image as closeout picture for tonight. It's a beautiful picture. All right. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you for coming out. See you at Rumble. God bless you all. Good night.